Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Man Scout Survival. I'm Fred. So, in this week's video for the third week of February is going to be about archery, especially traditional archery, as I found this longbow here in the garage when I was cleaning it out. It was very good. So, thing is, let me tell you the reason why I'm doing this video. Well, archery is going to be a very vital tool for you to survive in a long-term survival situation, because you need to eat as much as possible, because you can't afford to be squeamish in a time of crisis or when you go into a survival situation. So, the thing is, let me tell you the reason why I strongly encourage you to do archery. If you have no weapons, and all you could use is a bow stave like this, which is based off a survival bow. This is why you should always practice archery and hone your archery skills. So I'm going to tell you a little history lesson, why you should do archery, especially traditional archery, and the pros and cons of traditional archery. So let me tell you about a little bit of a history lesson. Okay, so history lesson 101. We don't know the bow when it came about. Of course, we see the bow as a tool for hunting and warfare. But unfortunately, the bow anthropologists and archaeologists cannot figure out when the bow came about. But it was believed that the bow came about at least 10,000 BC. And almost every continent in the world had a bow. You could have the English and their longbow, the Huns and their recurve bow, and including the Mongols and their recurve bow, the Turks using the recurve bow, and of course the Amazonian tribes in the Amazon is still used the bow to this day, and even Native Americans in North America and Africa and so forth. And the reason why bows are very practical in survival situations, it's very silent, it doesn't attract a lot of noise, and you don't attract unwanted attention by other predators as well. So that's another thing that I would strongly encourage the bow. Okay, history lesson over. Let's get to the pros and cons of traditional archery. Let's talk about the pros. Pro number one, it doesn't require as much maintenance, unlike the compound bow that modern hunters use to this day, because all you have is just this bow stave and a string, just like that. And all you gotta do is just take care of the bow and watch the string and wax it up as much as you can. That's pretty much it. And then if you do build a survival bow, this longbow, like this PSC Sequoia here, is based off a survival bow. So it will help put food on the table. Pro number two, it's very economical, because of course compound bows are more expensive, and the longbow and recurve bows, depending on the price, can cost a fraction of this price right here. And pro number three, it's based on a survival bow. So any longbow or recurve bow, it is actually going to give you a good advantage, especially if you're going to build a survival bow out in the wild. So now let's talk about the cons. The only con that I could think of right now is accuracy, because of course the compound bows are more accurate, because you're not going to get a lot of accuracy, because finger shooting is not as accurate, unlike a compound bow where you use a release. So, alright, pros and cons are over from this video. Let's get to why you should practice traditional archery. Well, traditional archery is a big must, because traditional archery is based off a survival bow, which I strongly emphasize in this video. And traditional bows You could make anything from all the natural resources around you in the wild. You could make it out of bamboo. And then if you do happen to go across in the forest in North America, look for hickory, maple, or ash. But I prefer to use in your location. Check the location which wood is best for you. And our location in Illinois is technically going to be hickory, especially shagbark hickory. And I'm not going to go into details right now on how to down a tree, which I strongly discouraged. But if you really had to down a tree, you got to think of the environmental impact. So be cautious and be mindful of the environment when you chop down trees for anything, especially if you had to build a bow for survival. So, oh boy. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That's the sump pump that's kind of falling apart a little bit. But, okay, y'all. This is Man Scout Survival. I'm Fred. I'll see you on the next video. And before I end this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, and maybe we could be friends or something like that. So I'll see you on the next video.